These buns literally couldn't get any more lopsided. But now you're going to be staring at them the whole video, but YOLO! What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Erin and my channel is all about how you can create your own life and path to health, wealth and happiness. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the law of attraction. And I know there are quite a few videos out at the moment about the law of attraction, but I just wanted to give you guys my own experience with it and how I believe you can apply it to your life to achieve anything you desire and dream of. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and of course, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every single Wednesday and Sunday. So I'm not actually going to spend a lot of time explaining to you guys what the law of attraction is, because there are so many resources out there and it is such an in-depth topic. I will, however, leave a few links and videos and books or whatever in the description below. You guys can check them out if you did want to do a more in-depth look into the topic. But to briefly give you an overview, the law of attraction is the theory that we create whatever we focus on. So what we feel and what we focus on manifests within our lives. So if we can have certainty and really feel something that we ultimately desire, then our minds will essentially create that within our reality. And contrary to this, if we focus on something that we do not desire, that will also manifest. So there is no I want or I don't want, it is just the subject of focus. So it's the thing that you most desire or do not most desire, whatever it is that you are focusing on, that is what will manifest in your life. So for example, if you ultimately just really deep down inside your body felt that you wanted to lose weight and you focused on being fit and healthy and all the feelings that would come up from having a more healthy body, you might be able to attract someone of the opposite sex, or you would feel more confident in clothes and going out and even talking to people. If you were able to bring up all of these feelings and have a visual picture of what it would be like to be in a more fit, healthy body, then you would manifest that. But on the other hand, if you were focusing on, oh, I feel so crappy, I'm overweight, I'm just so overweight, I feel so unfit and healthy, I desire to be thinner, but I'm focusing on the fact that I'm overweight, then you're probably going to stay overweight because that is your point of focus. Obviously, people can be really skeptical about the law of attraction. I think this is because they don't understand the concept behind it. Like, I think a lot of people think the law of attraction is like, I'm just gonna sit here on my couch and like picture in my mind having a Ferrari and see myself driving a Ferrari, and all of a sudden Ferrari is gonna like come into your driveway and it's yours to keep. Like, that is not what it's about. The law of attraction works in the way that when you focus and you have certainty towards the things that you most desire, your subconscious mind will start picking up clues essentially, or start realizing the path that it needs to take to manifest that particular thing in your life. So if you wanted to be a huge success, start a business of your own, become an entrepreneur, it's not that overnight you're just all of a sudden just going to magically become an entrepreneur. It's that you will start to see signs, you will start to see people that you need to network, you will start to notice articles that you potentially need to read, or books or podcasts that you need to listen to that will help you along your journey. It's like what you focus on is what will manifest. It's just like the classic thing is when you're researching to purchase a car or something that you want to buy, all of a sudden you start seeing it everywhere. Your mind only has a certain capacity to focus on so many things at once. So when you are getting a very clear visual picture of what it is that you want, you will start noticing the steps that you need to take to get there. That is a short, not so short, kind of explanation of the law of attraction. As I said, I'll leave more resources in the description below. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about my experience with the law of attraction, because I think one of the other misconceptions is that a lot of people believe that the law of attraction and the strategies of how to achieve this is sort of a one-size-fits-all thing. But just like not every human being learns the same way or laughs at the same things or loses weight in the same way, we all have different ways of doing things. And I believe the law of attraction is the same. Like, you don't need to be sitting there in a completely meditative state with like meditation music on and like incense going and to be like visualizing a white light bringing your desires towards you. That, while it might be a very efficient way to do so, is definitely not the way that I have used the law of attraction in my life. So what I just want you guys to understand today is that there are different ways to doing it, and the more you understand your personality and if you're a visual person, if you're an audio person, if you're a kinetic person, whatever it is, the way that you essentially learn better is the way that the law of attraction will apply to you. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of the way there's definitely been multiple ways in which I've used the law of attraction into my life, and some of them are even quite small. I have a lot, okay, but there's definitely two that I wanted to focus on today. And the first is, it sounds very corny and I was almost embarrassed to share this with you guys, but it is actually George, my partner. I got to a certain stage in my life where all of my friends were in serious relationships, and I seemed to still be the person that was going out to, if any of you are from Melbourne, tramp at 6 o'clock in the morning, a nightclub. I was just going out and I just wasn't really getting anywhere in the relationship sense of my life. So I really felt that I was ready to essentially settle down, find a partner, one that was actually going to last, not just little, fun boyfriends that you have when you're a teenager. I felt in my heart that I was ready to meet someone. But obviously, when all your friends are in relationships and the only place that you go out in clubs, it's kind of hard to. But anyway, I didn't actually realize this was manifestation until I learned what manifestation and the law of attraction was later in life. But looking back in hindsight, I 100% know it was. I used to work out a lot. So if you actually know my fitness history, you will know that I went through a stage of like spending hours at the gym. But during this time, I would spend a lot of time on the treadmill, and I would almost just fantasize, but get myself so worked up and happy about these fantasies, about what it would be like to have a partner in my life that was driven, well-educated, that could get along with my friends and was really close with my family, all the things that were important to me within a relationship. I would just go through little scenarios in my mind of what it would be like to meet this person, where I'd potentially meet them, because I was going to Tramp and Revolver. I didn't know where to meet people like that. And I would listen to the same song. It was Apple Pie L'Amour by Destiny's Child. If you know the song, it's amazing, but I am a very audio person. I thrive off listening to podcasts. I love listening to music. Music can completely change my mood, and I've realized this about myself now, and that's why I'm using it to apply new things. But anyway, I used to sit there and listen to the song, and I would just spend hours on the treadmill. Also, it's a really good way to make cardio go quickly. But I used to just listen to it and think of all these things, and I just used to do it so regularly. Sometimes I would walk home from work as well. It was maybe a 45-minute walk, and I would do the same thing. I would just listen to like songs, predominantly that song, but other songs as well, and just imagine what it was. Sure enough, within a matter of months, George came into my work, and he was not really a contractor, but the story is too hard to explain. But it all just fell into place. George was exactly what I was looking for. He completely gets along with my friends. He is a very driven person. He's very smart, and he gets along with my family, which was ticked all the boxes. My mum always says when I tell her this story that he came all the way from the UK to find me and to fulfill every single one of my dreams. So that is definitely a way that I believe it has worked for me. The second is not as romantic, but it is something that I really wanted in my life. So I found out about 3 years into my employment of my previous employer what a redundancy was. And whilst I know for a lot of people this would be horrific, but as someone who'd worked in a company for 5 years and was only 22 or 23 years old, once I found out what redundancy was, it definitely seemed like an awesome way to move on in life. You'd leave the job that you didn't know want to work at, and you get a huge payout to do it. So I used to start as a joke and say all the time, people would call me if I was sick and be like, "Where are you?" "I've been made redundant." I just got it in my mind that this would be an amazing way to essentially exit this position. And I really felt as though I wanted it. But I didn't sit there and visualize like being made redundant. I just constantly thought about it. I thought, this could happen, this is a way that it could be made redundant, or this is a way that I could be made redundant. If this happened, potentially I'd be made redundant. And I used to talk about it to everyone, and same thing, on my way home from work, I would just think about like how good it would be to be like get this money and just to be made redundant. It's just something that consumed my thoughts, and I always used to just feel how amazing it would be. I know it's a horrible thing to be like talking about how I felt amazing from visualizing being made redundant, but I definitely did. To be fair, this one took a lot longer. I was visualizing and talking about being made redundant and feeling how amazing it would be for about a year and a half. But sure enough, the steps came into play and my business started making some changes, and in March this year, God, it feels like ages ago, in March this year, I was made redundant. I know, a 25-year-old being made redundant. It's crazy, but I definitely do feel as though I took the steps, because not my whole team was made redundant, but I was chosen to be made redundant. So I definitely took the steps to put myself in that position to receive that redundancy. So as you can see, the ways that I did it was not the way that everyone does it. I used a lot of music, I used a lot of like talking to myself, I used a lot of audio strategies. So what I urge you to do if you do want to utilize the power of the law of attraction is to find out the strategies essentially that you really tick to. So do you love, looking at images? Is that really what makes you light up inside? Or do you love reading? Or is it listening to things? Or do you love to feel things? Do you love to talk about things? The way that makes you learn, the way that makes you retain information, the way that really makes you feel things, use that and visualize what it is that you want, and ensure that you are really feeling how you would feel once you got it. I think that's one of the most important things. Our feelings control so many things in our life, and it will attract you more towards the things that you want. So that is pretty much it, guys. That was just like a brief little chat here about my little bit of a crazy experience with the law of attraction. I have so many things that I am attracting into my life these days. I want to grow my business to be a successful empire and lots of other things. I have chosen a brand new playlist full of girl boss songs essentially. So if you wanted to follow me on Spotify, I'll leave that in the link below, but I have a whole bunch of songs that I currently do my manifestation techniques to as I'm trying to manifest success in my business. But if you have had an experience with manifestation, or if you have any tactics of your own of the law of attraction or manifestation or visualization, leave them in the comments below, share them with all of us, because I definitely think this works. I've had experiences with it in my own life, and I 100% know that it can work for you as well if you find a way to make it work for your life. If you did like this video, as I said, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, very much appreciate it. I will see you next time.